Hey man, how's it going? So today we're going to talk about how to write the best possible ad creatives for your landscaping business that will get instant clicks and instant buys for your landscaping business. So first of all, there are a few components that come into your best ad creatives. So firstly, we want to lead with something called as a hook, because people just skim through. They don't actually pay attention while you know scrolling. So whenever they scroll and they come across your ad, you have to have something that's very concise and very precise, and something that grabs their attention. So you need a hook that's really good and that's really short and simple but concise and has a real impact. Okay, like a big impact. So first of all, when you get that right, secondly, you have to have the best visuals. Okay, and it does not have to be anything fancy. One of the best creatives that works have the best possible, you know this have like really good transformations. And if you've done landscaping before and you've had multiple projects done before, I think you might have a lot of old pictures of how the lawn was before and how it is after the landscaping. So I think you might have, like most landscapers have, so use it to your advantage. It's already like you have resource, so why not just use it? Okay, so you wanna add something like a before and after transformation. So, and the third is that the line that you put should have it should have context with regards to the visual that you have uploaded, like with the visual that you have. So like if you're gonna put something like the transformation of a full VD, full messy garden, messy lawn, and then you're gonna talk about the price. We offer the lowest price. It's not gonna work. Okay, and so you have to have something that is in common, like that is contextual to the visual. And thirdly, you need to have a clear CTA. Okay, people need to be told what they're supposed to do. They don't know magically what they're supposed to do. So if you have a lead form, then in the caption you can write something, click here to get a free booking, a free you know a free call to get your quote or something like that. So that is going to lead them to the funnel. Like that will be the next step in the funnel. So like to fill out the lead form so that you can get the information, you can call them. So you need to give a clear CTA. Okay, and the thing is, you don't want to talk about logical. Okay, you want to talk to their emotional needs. Okay, you want to talk about you know their pain points. Okay, like, and you don't you don't want to talk about the features, you want to talk about the benefits. Okay, like how can I put this word? So like more weekend barbecues, or something like less worrying about less worrying about your lawn when somebody visits, something like that. Okay, I just made that up right now on the top of my mind. So you get what I'm saying. Okay, so we went over all of these. So a hook, a good CTA, emotional, talk to the emotional needs, like talk to the pain points, not about the logic, clear CTA. What else? I think if you do this, it's pretty good. But something more would be something like hmm don't yeah let's talk about the don't now. So don't talk about your price, how it's cheap. Okay, don't talk about, because when you do that, you're attracting people who want cheap stuff. You don't want that. That's not your ideal client. Okay, so don't talk about cheap stuff like how your this one is cheaper than this one. In fact, what it does is that when basic human psychology is that if something is cheap, then it's usually bad and compared to something that's expensive. So whenever you have something expensive, you might think, oh, okay, so people might think it's expensive and they might not buy it. But your best customers, your ideal clients, what they want is that something like, they want something that's expensive, they want something that's good. And the person who actually prefers something that's cheap over something that's expensive for something like landscaping, I think that's not your ideal client. Again, they're gonna be stingy, and then you're gonna have to talk about them, and you're gonna maybe run into some issues when you're doing the service for them. So it's best to always avoid something like we offer cheap rates or something like that, because that's not your ideal client. Okay, and an ideal client will be something like who values your job more than you know the money that it costs. So don't do that, and talk to the person directly. So what I mean by this is that you know, homeowners in New York, or busy moms if you're catering to busy moms for some reason. Just try to basically talk to your ideal audience directly. And if you should do that, and if you do this and you don't use any fancy, like, use a decent font, that's pretty much, you know, it should go without saying. And make sure the quality of your ads is like the image quality is good enough. And don't rely on one. Okay, use variations, try and experiment out what works the best. So, like, give like post like 3 campaigns and tweak something in between these. So it could be the lines, it could be the hooks, it could be the CTAs or something like that. So, or it could be the visuals itself. So, like, three so something that's really nice is that what you want to do is that you want to test the ad, you want to test your ad script, like, pardon. So what we're going to do is that you want to basically test out your ads. Okay, so ad creators, so you might do A/B testing. Okay, so you basically do your A/B testing. And then what you want to also do is that what you want to do is that basically put 3 versions of the same ad, tweaking something, hook, line, CTA, or the visuals itself, and then see what works best. And if in these three, if one is not performing well, then look for a while and then just basically cut it off. If it just, if it just keeps on eating away all of your ad budget and it's not, giving you any results, kill it. Okay, so this was basically the 101 for ad creators. If you do these things, I think you should be more than enough. And make sure you have like nice visuals, big. And one of the best, practices to, practice when you do this is that when you are done, creating the ad creator, you just think to yourself, okay, if I was a person, if I was your client, potential customer, would I click on this ad? And if your answer is yes, then you're on the right path. And if your answer is fuck no, or something like no, never, so then you might want to basically, tweak a little more and see if that gets your interest. So this was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Yes.